What's purple and green and it helps you clear out the driveway during Snowmageddon? Scavenger and his shovel. Yeah, today's Friday. Today is the last of the limbs to be looked at and the last of the individual bots before we look at our combined mode Devastator. Scavenger, right now he's in robot mode. I was playing around with him a little bit. And yeah, we're going to get into it in just one second. We're going to look at his robot mode, his vehicle mode, his limb mode, and then on Monday, we're going to be looking at that guy who's behind me, staring at you over my shoulder. We'll be looking at Devastator, the big boy himself, big mean green machine. Until then, thanks for coming out. I really hope you have a good time. I really do appreciate it. And, let's get into the video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you don't want to, that's cool too. Just chill, relax, have fun. Tom's here with his toys. He's here to play. Let's go. Alright, so we're on our last individual robot. We have coming into the scene today, Scavenger. He is a steam shovel? I don't know. Steam shovel. I don't know why I wanted to call him a backhoe. But he's a steam shovel. But yeah, so we're going to take a closer look at him in just one sec. Folds up really nice. Let's see. So, purple treads. I like that. This is quite classic, actually. Like I said, for Bone Crusher, I liked... Bone Crusher usually has purple treads and then green inside, whereas Scavenger usually had all purple. So, he doesn't turn on the top here, unfortunately. Back, got some lights. A little bit of red picked out. There we got the, in black we got a little grill. Nothing too big on the top. Just a couple little details. Nothing really picked out on the front. Got the Decepticon symbol. A little silver on there, which is nice. The, shovel can swing back and forth, moves up, down. Nothing too major. It doesn't need to be too major, though. You can still play with it. It rolls really good. Dances. Anyways, let's go ahead and start bringing everyone else in real quick. So we've got... I'm going to have to back up this camera in a second here. Let's see. Alright, yeah, this is our construction crew. Can they build it? Yeah, but they'll probably wreck it after. Bob the Builder. Anyways. Yeah, oh, why are you backwards? Sorry, he's being indignant. Yeah, like usual, they always look good together like this. It just, like I said, the color scheme just works so well for them all together. We're going to show off something else here on this video that uses long haul, because our boy here has the other arm as his weapon. And before we do anything like that, I do want to show, because I talked about it before. So long haul, because he's the carrier truck, you can actually load him up with everyone's weapons. So you take his own, there's a thing here, and we're going to put that there. Actually, before we do that, this one, we're going to take and tab it in from the handle here, and we'll stick this one on like that. Then going back here, we have these two tabs and these two slots here. You're going to take and slot these in to there, like so. And then using the handles, you can just take and pop the fists on to there and there. So there you go. So long haul carries it all. You could turn these around, I guess, if you want to have like weapons facing out to the back, but long haul is definitely the guy who carries all our stuff. So we'll just let him hold all of that for now. And we'll start taking everyone else off. And we'll take our guy here. Alright, so transforming him is actually rather simple. We're going to start by folding that all the way up. We want to untab this and swing it down for now, so it's out of the way. His arms, we can take... Oh, we gotta do something else here real quick. Pull his head up. There we go. His arms, which are on the side, we're going to take and do this. Fold them up and tab them in. There. Take and fold this to the back. And then on these swing out hinges here, we're going to take and swing that out. And then do the same thing here. And we'll come back to these in a sec. Well, we might as well finish. Hands are inside the bottom. Get a fingernail in there. And you can clip it out. Same thing on this side. Come on, fingernail. Fingernail and out. There. There we go. Alright, so then for this part, what you're going to do is, it is tabbed in right there. It's a nice firm tab, so what you're going to do is you're going to untab it. Oh, come on, legs. Get the legs out of the way, and it will fold up. It's supposed to fold up to underneath his chest cavity and tab in. Then you can take and these will click into the side of the hips. Extend the legs out till they click. Open up the feet. Same thing on the other foot. And now we can stand him up. And there you go. Scavenger in his robot mode. Boop. Looks good. I quite like him. We're going to go over his articulation, then we'll bring everyone else in for another group photo. And then we'll do his arm mode. Alright, articulation. His arms can spin. They can move in and out. Elbow. Not a very 90 degree. Mine has loose hips. You can fix that up by taking a bit of nail polish, like clear nail polish, and you put that on the ball joint, let it dry, and then pop these back on and it'll tighten it up. About 90 degrees bend there. Feet are on a swivel, or a hinge I mean. No waist. His head spins up and down. Whee. If you're having trouble standing him, you can take and extend the shovel out, and by turning it around, so it's like this, you can actually kind of give him the tripod there. Doesn't work too well as it sticks out kind of far, but I mean you can have him leaning back. You can do a limbo pose then, How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Sorry. Not really, but I'll say it anyways. There. So, alright, let me go ahead and pause up real quick. We're going to get everyone else in here. Where are they button? There you are. Alright, so we got to back this thing up so you can see them all. Boop. There we go. So that is our team photo. We've got Hook, who is kind of like the surgeon kind of deal. Scrapper, who's the leader. No, that's Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher, I can't remember what he kind of does for the team at the moment. Scavenger in the middle there is actually a metallurgist. He can kind of like detect metals and stuff with his shovel. You have the leader, Scrapper, who's also supposed to be something like an engineer. Mixmaster is supposed to be something like a chemist, and then you have Longhaul, who's supposed to be like the strong arm of the group. Yeah, they're all supposed to be decent engineers and stuff, at least in the 1984 cartoon, all on their own. And we're part of the group that helped construct one of the most beautiful cities on Cybertron, Crystal City. Though, depending on what canon you want to make real, they were also the group that helped to destroy it after they were brainwashed by Megatron, but they've also helped create Megatron. And they were also only created on Earth, and so they have like 3 or 4 different origin stories. It's crazy. I kind of like the one where they were a group of engineers who kind of turned to the dark side in a sense and sided with Megatron, destroying their own creation in the process. Kind of makes them seem a little more rugged kind of deal, I guess. A little more villainous. And you always want your villains to be villainous. Right? So, let's see here. Pull you off the side. They are also at least cartoon-wise, they are the rivals to Omega Supreme, who was released not this year, not last year, 2 years ago with the Transformers Siege line as the Titan class. So now if you want Titan class Transformers, you have Metroplex, who has been released twice. To be honest, he should be up for another re-release soon. I would suggest, I would guess. I imagine they're probably going to do a remold of him though. So you have Metroplex, you have Fortress Maximus, who was the Titan class that came out with the Headmasters line, or the Titans Returns line, rather. You have Devastator here, who was with the Generations line after Fort Max, actually. I believe he was the second Titan class released. So I went Metroplex, I went Devastator, Fort Max, and then it was Constructicon, was a giant T-Rex monster. He was released with the Power of the Primes toy line. And then you had Predaking, who was another Power of the Primes toy line guy. Because you have the three lines. There was the Power of the Primes, Titans Return, and I can't remember what the third one was. But they were released with that whole trilogy. And so far for this trilogy, we've had Omega Supreme, Scorponok, and I believe they re-released Devastator. So you can actually get all the big city bots now, if you hunt well enough, for an okay price. I believe Fort Max is usually pretty cheap, to be honest. He didn't sell too well. Same thing with Predaking. You might be able to find Predaking pretty cheap. And with the re-release of Devastator, you might actually be able to get Devastator at a pretty good price. So let's go ahead and take a closer look here, now that I'm done with my rambling. On the original toys, this was metal, and this part here flipped out to be the connector pin for how he would connect to Devastator. So it's kind of cool that they included this. Got the nice, real blocky face. I don't know why, but this is one of my favorite head sculpts, to be honest. I don't know, something about this just screams 1980s toy to me. The red bits now show up on his chest, along with the silver here, which continues this whole thing here, and then we got the red there. The black parts end up on his arms. So we've seen all these bits that show up. There's no new molding, really. So, unfortunately. To get him into arm mode, we're just going to pretty much reverse everything we did and get him back to his, when you go to tuck his head in, it's actually a little bit tough. Make sure that his head is kind of angled in before you push it in. But yeah, we're going to get him basically back into his steam shovel mode. So, release that. I'm going to click that back in place. Leave these to be disconnected for now. And then pull this down, flip that window seat back out, do that. And we're going to do this. And this is the connector for the arm. So then we're going to take and tab these in up at the top here. That. And like that. Turn that so that the whole face is forward. I'm going to take a fist, which is this fist here. Connect it up. You can turn it so it goes in front of him, or it goes behind on Bone Crusher there. This is our mode. Yeah, so there you go. That is our quick and dirty on Bone Crusher. The next video will be us putting all these guys together. So what I'm going to have to do off camera now, because I'll be filming it right after this since I finished this one, I'm going to take and put these guys all in their limb modes, and then we'll come back and we'll start a new video and we'll look at Devastator and how we can put him all together. Alright guys, see you on Monday.